Shivoham, 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 Shivoham. Shivoham, 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 Shivoham.
Shuklam Varadaram Vishnum Shashivarnam Chaturbhujam Prasannavadanam Dhyayet Sarva Vignopashantaye. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om. Manojavam Marutatulya Vegam Jitendriyam Buddhimatam Varishtham Vatatmajam Vanarayudha Mukhyam Shri Ramadutam Sharanam Prapadhye. Namaste. Welcome to Kaivalya Yoga Gurukulam for the 100th day, 100th offering of the Sri Hanuman Yagna. For the last 100 days, in 99 days, and today will be the 100th day, we have been continuously doing these Yogic Kriyas, followed by studying and learning Sundarakand, the story of Hanuman. Hopefully the last 99 days has been helpful for those of you who have been very regular. And we have a few more days left. We have another 11 days left in this chapter. Please make up your mind, and it's my earnest request to you, all those especially who have been throughout in this practice. Keep up the practice, because this is a gift. You can give it to yourself, and slowly you can teach your children, your spouse, your friends, anyone, the way you learnt it. So, with that in mind, offering our gratitude to this divine energy of Hanuman, let us begin this practice once again on this auspicious evening in US here, Ekadashi, the 11th night. We shall begin with the Omkara Kriya. Inhale. Exhale with a lot of air escaping from your mouth. Inhale, come on. Shift your awareness to the region of the stomach. Pull your stomach slightly in and lock it in place. And maintain this lock throughout the practice. Breathe in and out using the chest. Try and keep your stomach in place. Think of it as wearing an inner belt that will protect your lower back. And in a yogic sense, push the prana up. Inhale. Inhale, come on. Shift your awareness to the throat. Partially close the glottis. Suck the air in using the throat. Listen to the sound of breath and push the air out as you exhale. Engage in the Ujjayi breath. Inhale. Inhale. Kamala Kriya. Inhale, expand, open your palms. And as you exhale, gently close into a gentle fist. Allow your palms to represent your lungs. As you inhale, receive prana through your palms as well. Maintain the Uddiyana Bandha and the Ujjayi breath throughout the practice. All right. Kaka Shuddhi Kriya, mouth spouted like a beak of a crow, like so. You're going to inhale and a powerful exhalation, almost as we are coughing the breath out. You breathe and continue to exhale till you can exhale no more. And then you inhale and come up. And again, go into the next one. If you can, consecutively do 5. If not, take a break in between and do maybe 3. Let's begin. Maintain this bandha throughout. Inhale. And begin at your own pace. Empty the lungs. Then inhale, come up. Once you're done, go into Kamala Kriya. All right. Let us now do the Agnisara. You're going to breathe out, hold the breath out, pull your stomach in, and then flap the stomach in and out. And then you breathe in. And again, go into the next round. If you can, do 5 consecutive Kriyas like so. Otherwise, take a break and just do only 3. Sit up tall and straight. Do it at your own pace. Let's begin. Exhale through the nostril or through the mouth. Once you're done, go into Kamala Kriya. Maintain the Udayana Bandha. All right. We shall do 3 rounds of Markata Kriya. Now, as regards Markata Kriya, there was a question, how about Markata Kriya while standing up yesterday? And I had promised, or I had said that I would teach Markata Kriya while standing up as well. But that was what I practice is a fairly advanced version. And I've come to understand in this group there are a lot of people who are 60 plus, and I don't want them to even try that. So I will make a separate video later on after this course is over. For some of you are willing to, but that's a little more intense in terms of physical movements, because you're standing and actually bending down and getting up and so on. So it's a pretty intense workout by itself. But I will not be teaching that in the course of these 111 days. I've changed my mind because I want safety as priority. I hope you all understand. So let us continue as such as we are doing. Now today I want to introduce one more thing, being Ekadashi and being the perfect time to introduce this. And that is Kechari Mudra. Kechari Mudra is simply a technique that I'm going to show you. I'm not going to explain in detail about Kechari Mudra in this time. You simply have to roll your tongue and let the tip of the tongue touch the roof of your mouth. Your tongue goes backwards and touches the roof of the mouth. So if this is your tongue and if this is the roof of the mouth, you take it backwards like so and let it touch the roof of the mouth, back. And you can keep that in place throughout your practice, especially during Kamala Kriya and Bhastrika as well. So try to keep it in place for the other practices as well, because it expands the space element in our consciousness, because the tongue goes upwards, so it pulls the energy up and expands it into space. Try and incorporate that into the Kriyas beginning from today, if you haven't done so already. Let's do the Markata Kriyas. Maintain this bandha throughout. Let's begin. Inhale. You can do this with a mild Kechari. Exhale. Inhale. 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 exhale, inhale, 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 exhale. One more. Inhale, exhale, 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 inhale, exhale. Kamala Kriya with Kechari. All right. The Kechari Mudra, the tongue going up into the space, trying to reach the brain, as it were, through the windpipe. It's very symbolic. It takes you deep inside meditation. It helps you enter that Bhuvar Loka, the region of the breath, and be there in a sustained manner. Let us do the Pranayama, Pranama Kriya. Sit up in Vajrasana, toes together, heels apart, tall and straight, stomach pulled in. Perform the Brahma Mudra. Place them on either side of your belly button. Inhale, exhale, and collapse. 5 deep breaths. Breathe through the shoulder blades. Inhale. Come up gently. Exhale, release the mudra, but keep maintaining this bandha. And gently come back to your seated posture. Once again, apply the Kechari Mudra and begin the Kamala Kriya. All right. Let's do the Bhastrika Pranayama. If you're comfortable with the Bhastrika Kriya, you can roll your tongue and practice it along with the Kechari. Just try it. As always, you don't have to be perfect the first time. Keep trying, and practice alone makes it perfect. Sit up tall and straight, maintain the bandha throughout the practice. We'll do 3 rounds of Bhastrika Kriya, and in each round we'll do 30 Kriyas. First one at a slow pace. When you're ready, begin. Kamala Kriya. Keep your tongue rolled back throughout this practice. All right. Second round of the Bhastrika Kriya. You can, if you wish to, do it at a slightly faster pace, but don't compromise on the integrity of the breath. A powerful exhalation, a deep inhalation when you go up, both are important. Keep the bandha in place. The lungs inside the ribcage expand and contract. When you're ready, begin. Kamala Kriya. Wonderful. Let's do the third round of Bhastrika Kriya. Slightly faster than the previous two times, if you can, and if you wish to. Otherwise, just do the same speed. Again, 30 is simply a number. Do as much as you can. Sit up tall and straight. When you're ready, begin. All right, wonderful. With your left hand, continue to do the Kriya. You inhale, open, exhale, close. Right hand, form the Nadi Shodhana Mudra. The forefinger and the middle finger goes in. With your thumb, you close the right nostril. And today, we'll do the Chandra Bheda. Left in, right out. Left in, right out. Left in, right out. So we're activating the left side of the body because the moon is in the declining phase, the waning phase. Keep your shoulders relaxed, neck down, the bandha in place, tongue rolled back in Kechari Mudra that we'll introduce from today onwards. And enter the world of the breath. Engage the Ujjayi breath. Listen to the sound of the breath. Enter the world. Feel the breath all around you. And let your consciousness be immersed in the chant of Ram. Let's begin the practice.
Inhale, 1, 2, 3. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Inhale, 1, 2, 3. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Inhale, 1, 2, 3. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Inhale, 1, 2, 3. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Inhale, 1, 2, 3. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Inhale, 1, 2, 3. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Inhale, 1, 2, 3. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Inhale, 1, 2, 3. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Inhale, 1, 2, 3. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Inhale, 1, 2, 3. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Inhale, 1, 2, 3. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale.
साईश्वराय विद्महे सत्यदेवाय धीमहि तन्नः सर्वः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ साईश्वराय विद्महे सत्यदेवाय धीमहि तन्नः सर्वः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ साईश्वराय विद्महे सत्यदेवाय धीमहि तन्नः सर्वः प्रचोदयात्। श्रीराम राम रामेति रमे रामे मनोरमे सहस्रनाम तत्तुल्यं राम नाम वरानने। श्रीराम राम रामेति रमे रामे मनोरमे सहस्रनाम तत्तुल्यं राम नाम वरानने। श्रीराम राम रामेति रमे रामे मनोरमे सहस्रनाम तत्तुल्यं राम नाम वरानने। Namaste. For those of you just joining the Satsang, welcome. Welcome to the 100th day of the Sri Hanuman Yagna. We have done this only and purely because of the grace of the divine. That is the first reason. And the second reason is because of all your blessings, your love, and your participation. I can't think, and I cannot think of any other excuse or any other reason why and how we were able to sustain this yagna all these days. We still have 11 days to go, and we continue to pray to the divine to keep this yagna on, where we continue learning and offering our little insecurities, our little imperfections into this yagna, into the flame of knowledge and wisdom, and allowing the divine wisdom that arises from this learning to continue to guide us, thus enriching our lives, empowering our lives, and slowly causing an inward self-transformation. Today we are on to the next 2 chapters, and these 2 chapters are, of course, chapter 60 and 61. Why 2 chapters? Because chapter 60 is just got 6 verses. But nevertheless, it's a very, very important chapter in my opinion. And there is something very powerful that I learned when I read it this morning. And from the chanting point of view, I thought it is too short, and therefore I will include the second chapter as well, chapter 61. 61 and then 62 are kind of continuous, so we will touch upon it today as well, a little bit, and then we'll continue into it tomorrow. And if all this doesn't make sense, don't worry, just come along. So we are still with the Hanuman and the Vanaras. They haven't left for Kishkinda as yet in chapter 60. But there was one finale to this, which came as a surprise to me, but I think Valmiki brought this in, Maharishi Valmiki brought this in, because otherwise, from a story point of view, it has no consequence, it has nothing. Short 6 verses. Most of them spoken by Angada, the leader of the Vanara army. He speaks something, and then the last verse is Jambavan replies politely to what Angada says. And that's pretty much it. So let us see what these 6 verses are. But before we go to that, I want to share with you an anecdote, a story, analogy, if you will. And we'll keep that in mind as we study this verse, because it's such an important thing. There is one man who wants to be an instrument of God. He wants to spread God's mission. He wants to spread God's word. He has read the scriptures. And he prays ardently. with a sincere mind. He prays every day in and out. He says, God, show me a sign. Make me an instrument of thy peace. Make me an instrument of thy mission. Make use of me. But alas, he thinks to himself, how can I be useful? I don't know. Because I am weak, I am sick, I'm not capable of doing any great work. But whatever little you can get of me, please, in this life, let me be your instrument. He prays. Every day before he goes to bed, this is his prayer, and he goes to sleep. And one night, the Lord appears in his dream and says, my son, you have prayed so ardently all these months that I am pleased with your prayer. And I'm here to grant your wish. You will be my instrument, my chosen one. However, I will give you a simple task. Please do this task. And I think our video froze, but I don't think the audio froze, so I will keep continuing. I will give you a simple task. Do that. What is that task, my Lord? This devotee asks in all earnestness and enthusiasm, like Sugriva that we heard and we're learning. And the Lord says, there is a huge boulder just outside your door, kind of blocking your entrance. I want you to push the rock. I want you to push the rock. Take your time. Is that all, my Lord? This devotee asks. And the Lord says, yes, that is all. And you will be my instrument. Simply follow my instructions. The next morning, this gentleman gets up, his heart leaping with joy. That number one, he had this dream where the Lord spoke to him, extremely thrilled. And on the other hand, he had a definite work to be done. He opened the door and about 20, 30 feet away, he saw this huge boulder. And he said, yeah, I was thinking of it for so many years that this is in the way, I guess. I don't know. I didn't pay much attention to it. But now that the Lord has given me this work, let me go ahead and do that. And so he sets out to go. And right the first thing in the morning, he begins to push this boulder. He pushes and pushes and pushes. And of course, that boulder would not budge. It's been sitting there for perhaps centuries. It does not budge. But the man does not give up. He continues for a couple of hours that first day. Then he says, all right, I will come again because it's getting too hot. I'll start again tomorrow morning. And thus, one day after another, patiently, he goes on pushing the rock, tries his level best to push, but the rock does not move an inch. Days pass into weeks and weeks into months. Every day, this man diligently, obediently, sincerely pushes the rock because the Lord had asked him. And he's only getting depressed, anxious with every passing day, every passing week, that the rock hasn't budged an inch. And try as he might, 2-3 hours every day. Because now with this practice, his body has gained strength, and so he's able to do a little more longer than he was in the very first day. And so he's doing it still hard, but the rock is not budging, and he gets very depressed. And he asks the Lord again in prayer every night, guide me, Lord, what is going on? Why am I failing you? This simple work that you have given me, I'm not able to budge the rock even 1 inch. So does the Lord answer his prayer? And if so, how does he answer? Do you think the man failed? Do you think the man succeeded? Let us hold that thought. And now we come to Angada's verses, and we'll try and connect the dots. Angada listens to the story of Hanuman. And he says, Hanuman, you're great. I mean, this is amazing what you have done. You have killed all the army generals or most important ones, and you have fought these demons single-handedly. This is fantastic. And he comes up with a brilliant plan. What is that plan? What is that brilliant idea? He says, because he's a leader now. He's got the right. He's got the platform. He's got the right to take decisions. So he says, listen, Vanaras, Hanuman has gone. Hanuman has come, succeeded in what he has to do. And so do you think it is right for us to go back to Rama without taking Sita with us? Why not all of us gather the strength and go into Lanka, wage a war with the help of Hanuman and Jambavan and so many of you warriors? We can all wage a war, rescue Sita and bring her across and then take her to Rama. How delighted will Rama be? Rama knows this is best for us. Going half-heartedly, this job being unfinished, it seems like it's unfinished, yet we just go back and say, yes, Sita was there and Hanuman saw him. Saw her. So let us all go, wage a war with Sita, with Ravana, rescue Sita and bring her over. That is the 5 verses or 3 or 4 verses that he talks to the fellow Vanaras. And then he has a sense somewhere. He looks to Jambavan and says, Jambavan, you are the eldest in this group. And even though I am the leader, you are the eldest. So what do you say? Give us your blessings and we will do this. And Jambavan replies in a wise manner. So let's hold on to that as well. You know, for those of you who know the story of Rama, that didn't happen, correct? They all went back. But this interlude, if you will, suddenly in the middle by Maharishi Valmiki has an important lesson for all of us. We worship our gurus, whoever they are. We worship the avatars. We want to be, all of us, nobody questions that. Not even for a second, the sincerity in the wanting to be the instruments, wanting to be servants of God, wanting to be part of a mission, wanting to do something much larger than oneself. It is there. The intention is good. But where we probably make a mistake is when we become Angadas. There are many teachers who have come and gone. Some of them have been wonderfully wise, wonderfully benevolent in setting up institutions in the right order they meant to be, giving detailed instructions as how to serve, what to do, how it is to be done, and every possible manner. We cannot get that again. These gurus are no more. But then within a few years of their passing, we become Angadas. We say, wait a minute, let us improve upon this. Let us take it into our hands and we will now create more institutions out of this. Now you take this part, you take this part, this part, this part, and then we break it all into pieces, each one thinking that he is doing a mightier service, improving upon what an avatar, a guru set out in very clear black and white terms. It happens all across time. Angada. What was Jambavan's response to Angada? Jambavan said, I know that it is very tempting for us to go out and finish the work that we set out to do. Yet, that is not the words of Rama. That is not the command of Rama. And therefore, my advice is to heed to the words of Rama. At that moment, if you and I were in that Vanara army, perhaps we would have jumped with joy with Angada, saying, yeah, you're right. I mean, it's just common sense. It's logic, we say. It is common sense, we say. And then we decide to take matters into our own hands and say, all right, let us now finish the mission that is incomplete, not realizing that it was not in the inherent design of the scriptures. It doesn't make logical sense at that point. But we are not here to create sense. We are here to break our logical sense and go into his world, not bring his teachings into our world where there is only breaking and piecemeal operations, never unity and divinity. This is what Judas didn't understand. He was very sincere. He wanted Jesus to become very popular, and yet he is called the betrayer because he went out and did something. It was not in Jesus' plan. None of the devotees, none of his disciples understood why would Jesus let himself be crucified? Why would it all end so miserably in such a manner when they were all expecting him to be proclaimed the Son of Man? Logic does not work in the world of the spirit. Only divinity works. And divinity works in mysterious ways. And so Jesus was crucified. Thanks to Judas. And yet Jesus allowed that to happen. And today, did Christianity die? No. It is one of the largest, most influential teachings in the world, provides faith. I'm not talking of organized religion and churches and all of that. Some of us may like it, may not like it. All of that is different. Whether across all religions, it's the same thing. But the essential principle, the values remain the same. When I write the story of and at that time, what happened? After that, all the disciples went in 12 different directions. Did they break apart? We don't know. We don't know. That's way too back in history. But even beyond that is the story of Krishna. And for those of us who know the story of Krishna, I read it and I was wondering, what does the story say? After Krishna's life, the Yadava clan, Krishna's own clan, his own kith and kin, his own followers, began to fight among themselves. They waged war among themselves. They quarreled among themselves. And then eventually Dwapara went under. The entire kingdom went under the sea and so on. And when I would read that, as I was studying in Baba's ashram, I would think, why would somebody quarrel after the master goes away? I mean, hasn't Krishna left the Gita for everyone to study? Hasn't he led his life perfectly? And hasn't he left a fantastic life for people to contemplate upon and meditate and unite together? Why would they quarrel with each other? Why would there be so much struggle? And I would tend to believe maybe that's a make-believe. That doesn't really happen. And yet we are in history again. Every time it happens, after every guru almost, few and far in between survive that. Where just a few years after the greatest of teachers pass away, we began to take the mission in our own hands. And in our wisdom, in our sincerity, I guess. Nobody questions that. But why isn't it so simple? It may be difficult as well to simply follow what has been set out. Why do we need to improve on anything? Why do we need to improve on the methodology, on the teachings, on the scriptures as it comes straight to us? Why do we need to improve on institutions that were set by these gurus? Why? Why do we need to break this and form more? Thinking more is better. Because we cannot think like the gurus. We cannot. This teaching, this chapter is very powerful. Because Angada said, Rama has said yes, but look at it, we can complete the mission. He was sincere. He was not devoted. He was not seeking power or ego. There's nothing of that. He said, we are here. Hanuman has gone and come. Why go back to Rama and just tell him the same old story and then come all the way with the armies? How much more time would be wasted? Why can't we just finish it right here and now? Seems simple, seems logical. But that Jambavan says, and that's why he was wise, and that's why he's a Chiranjeevi. In other words, he lives eternally across yugas. So he says, no, that may be the right thing to do for you and me and for all of us. But that is not what Rama wanted. That is not what he wanted. See, therein lies the test of our devotion. Therein lies the test of our ability to completely, implicitly surrender. What is it that Rama wanted? Why can't we just do simply what Rama wanted? That is what we have to learn. And there is meaning in that madness. There is divinity in that so-called instructions. There is a deeper meaning. If we only allow it to prevail, let it prevail across time. Let generations benefit from what the avatar or guru or these enlightened masters set up and go. Why are we breaking it? It happened in Paramahamsa Yogananda as well. There are so many people now who have formed so many institutions in the name of Yogananda. What does he set up? What is the original mother institution? My point here is, why do we decide to improve upon what is the original? And what happens is, what will the generations that come behind us and after us, when will they get to taste what the original thing was? They will never get to taste it. Who's to blame? You and me. And so when you read the teachings of your guru, try and adopt it to the best extent possible, in the context, in the words, in the implication of exactly what it meant to be. Because those words came from divinity himself. And so Jambavan says that is not the way. And Angada listens to him because Angada had the humility. He says, all right, we listen to you. And all the Vanaras respected Jambavan's wise words. He said, let us follow the dictum of Rama, the words of Rama, and do exactly as he told us to do. And look at that obedience has left us with a story that has lasted for many yugas, not just a few hundred years or a couple of thousand years or 3,000 or 4,000 yugas. It has lasted yugas. Continues to inspire over 1 billion people every day the name of Rama. At that moment, it would have been a great test of their faith, of their devotion to Rama. Because what they knew of Rama was a prince sitting there in Kishkinda and weeping and waiting for his wife. When they hear a bunch of mighty warriors who could have completed the mission and gone back are supposed to put their strength down. It's tough for a warrior to put his strength down, just like you and I today find to keep our mind down and our intellect down because we think we know better. We know better how to spread love and peace in the world. We know better, we think, how to form institutions and better, more institutions and whatever it is that we do. And we operate from that principle. But that is the test. That is exactly the test. And these Vanaras succeeded in that test. They lay their weapons down. They lay their strength down. They put their egos down at that moment and say, Rama's word is the final. And at no cost will we compromise on that word. And Rama's word was, find out where Sita is, come back and let me know. That is it. He did not say, bring Sita to me. It is very important for us to pay attention to the words of the Guru and follow them to the best extent possible. We go back to the analogy. Did that man succeed or did he fail? Well, the God told him to push the rock. And he pushed it every morning, but it has not moved an inch. So how can he be successful? Simply by obeying? How can he know he is successful? So he prays every night. Why have I failed you? He asks the Lord. Why have I failed you? Why has that boulder not moved even an inch? Though I have developed so much strength in my arms now, but I still am not able to push the boulder. And then out of infinite grace and mercy, the Lord appears in his dream and says, my child, you are one of my most beautiful instruments. And in the dream, the man asks the Lord, how? I failed you. I'm sorry, I failed you. I didn't move that boulder. And if I can't do that, what else can I do for you? The Lord says, you failed me? How? Why do you think you failed me? The man replies, you told me to push the boulder and I kept pushing and pushing and it has not moved an inch. How else? What else is it but failure? And the Lord replies, listen to this carefully, and the Lord replies, my son, I told you to push the boulder. I did not ask you to move it. I told you to push. I didn't say move the boulder. I just said push. So when we play a role of being an instrument, our job is to sometimes keep the doors of our institutions open. Our job is not to get people into the door. Our job now is not to get more numbers and spread the glory and do this and that. That is not our job. Our job is to be instruments and work on how excellent can I do that in keeping the door open so anyone and everyone can come in. What can I do to maintain the unity of my family, of my community, of the teachings of my master and so on? What can I do? The man thought, because God told him to push, he assumed that it has to move. And in that assumption, we make the biggest flaw. Because we tend to judge the success of the mission. We tend to judge the success of an institution. But that is not what is expected. And the Lord continued to this man. He said, look at you, you were sick and you were weak before this. And now by pushing the rock every day for 2 hours and 3 hours, look at your body. Your muscles are renewed. Your body is renewed. You look much, much younger. You're stronger. Now go live your life. Maintain the strength. Go help whomever you feel like helping. You will now be my instrument. And so though he did not see the result of the rock moving, he did not realize that in pushing the rock, there was so much internal benefit that he got just being associated in that action of pushing the rock. He was disciplined, he was up every morning, he was doing his exercise by pushing the rock, and so on and so forth. Right? In order to gain strength to push the rock, he ate well, he ate properly, and all of that, he missed the point until the Lord pointed out. So sometimes when we are part of an institution, if you will, or part of a mission, if you will, or part of fulfilling your purpose, the fulfillment of a purpose, whatever you set out to do, is not necessarily how you see it. The journey, being part of it, is the goal. Being part of it, playing your role is the goal, because in playing that role, there is so much benefit not only to you, but in ways that we cannot see. In the crucifixion of Jesus lied the beauty of that whole story. Because Jesus died, Christ was born. There is a beauty in that apparent failure, because at that moment, everybody thought that was the end of that story. But that was only the beginning. We have to learn to follow the commands of our gurus as laid down. If we decide to take the ropes into our own hands and run the way we like, then one institution will become 100 before you blink an eye. And that is the end. So, Jambavan advised to Angada was, you may be right, but that is not what is expected of us. So let us stick to our plan, go back and report. That is our job. That kind of humility is what is required in all of us. And so today, to me, this chapter was a great eye-opener. And I think it was important that it has got its own chapter just for these 6 verses, simply the dialogues of Angada, who decided to take, because he was a leader, because he was in a position to take decisions, he began to take wrong decisions, but something in him told him to listen to Jambavan. And so Jambavan says, no, this is not what Rama would have wanted. That is the beauty of this. And then all the Vanaras gladly accept this with humility in the next chapter, in the next 23 verses. It is comical here, honestly, because Vanaras, they are very happy. Valmiki describes, and you'll read the English when I chant it. He says they are all glued to Hanuman. They are just hero worshipping him because they can't take the eyes of Hanuman as they go. They say, how much, my God, we were not supposed to even go back to Kishkinda. We couldn't show our face after this failure. No warrior goes back to that kingdom as a failure. So now we are going back successful, and all thanks to Hanuman. And they all gleefully jumping and shouting in joy. They all enter. We go back to Kishkinda. Before Kishkinda, on the outskirts of Kishkinda, which is the region where Sugriva is and where Rama and Lakshmana are, before going back there is a beautiful grove called the Madhuvan, a forest of intoxicating sweet fruits, preserved for Sugriva and the royal family and so on. And it has been maintained by Dadhimukha. We'll talk a little more about this tomorrow. And these Vanaras, in their excitement, in their wanting to celebrate this victory, they enter this otherwise very sacred place, and nobody enters this. It is well guarded. This entire little army enters this and start climbing the trees and start eating the fruits, and slowly all these Vanaras get intoxicated. Maharishi Valmiki is very careful not to mention Hanuman, Angada, and Jambavan in this crazy crowd. They are there watching. They know that these Vanaras have put up with a lot of stress and anxiety. So perhaps they are saying, let it be. We will see that. We will see how and what this means to us, what is Madhuvan and what we can. We will study a little more. I haven't had time to really dive my mind into it because the 6 verses of Angada simply blew my mind, and my mind is still on that. And I don't want to take your attention away from that as well. But nevertheless, I thought I will also introduce this happy section. And as you read it, if you imagine these monkeys jumping up and down and getting intoxicated with these sweet fruits and falling on the ground, rolling, laughing, and doing all sorts of pranks, because it's all explained by Valmiki in detail. My dear sisters and brothers, let us all be instruments of the divine, but let us be hollow. Hollow in the sense empty. Let us empty our cup. We cannot go to the divine with a cup filled with what is right, what is wrong, what is the right way to do certain things, what is the wrong way to do certain things. Let us listen. Let us pay attention and give utmost respect to the words and the actions of our Guru. If he's still alive, engage him in a discussion and ask him why you can't understand and so on. But if he's not, then listen to what he has left us with. It is very simple. It is not complicated at all. Yes, it is difficult to sometimes stick to that because it's very tempting. But it is very clearly laid out by all the gurus who have come and gone, the techniques, the methods. Whether it is Kriya Yoga by Paramahamsa Yogananda, listen to that great guru's teachings. Read his books and listen to his words. Whether it is Sai Baba, who set out how to serve and what kind of institutions work in which parts of the world and so on. Listen, open your hearts. It is all laid out in black and white by him and none other but than him. And so then why do we want to, within a few years of that going, why do we want to start improvising? Why? I don't understand. What was the need or what is the need? The only need is self-transformation in each and every individual. What will change the world is not a group of people. Every great changes that was brought into this world was brought by one single person, touched by God because he allowed God to touch him or her. Mother Teresa, Mahatma Gandhi, Swami Vivekananda, Martin Luther King, and so on. The list is never ending. All of these people didn't wait for groups and to form institutions and break institutions. They just followed values in their life. So if you want to make the ultimate change in your family, in your world, and be an instrument, be a role model. And that is the most important thing. Everything else is laid down by the Guru, by the avatars, already as to how to function. Let us not waste our time in doing and redoing things which are really not as important as self-transformation. Let us embark on that journey of self-transformation with humility, selflessness, and devotion. And let us call upon this divine energy of Hanuman to guide us, hold our hands, and take us so we can walk that path with courage, with clarity of mind. That this is what my Lord has asked me to do, and therefore this is what my heart will follow, nothing else.
Om Bhuh Purusham Shri Bajranga Rupaya Shri Samba Sadashivam Avahayami. Om Bhuvah Purusham Shri Maruti Rupaya Shri Samba Sadashivam Avahayami. Om Suvah Purusham Shri Chiranjeevi Rupaya Shri Samba Sadashivam Avahayami. Om Bhurbhuvah Suvah Purusham Shri Ramaduta Hanuman Rupaya Shri Samba Sadashivam Avahayami.
तस्य तद्वचनं श्रुत्वा वालिसूनुरभाषत अयुक्तं तु विना देवीं दृष्टवद्भिश्च वानराः समीपं गन्तुमस्माभिराघवस्य महात्मनः दृष्टा देवी न चानीता इति तत्र निवेदनम् अयुक्त तमिव पश्यामि भवद्भिख्यातविक्रमैः न हि नः प्लवने कश्चिन्नापि कश्चित् पराक्रमे तुल्यः सामरदैत्येषु लोकेषु हरिसत्तमाः तेष्वेवं हतवीरेषु राक्षसेषु हनूमताम् किमन्यत् अत्र कर्तव्यं गृहीत्वा यामजानकीम् तमेवं कृतसङ्कल्पं जाम्भवान् हरिसत्तमः उवाच परमप्रीतो वाक्यमर्थवदर्थवित् न तावदेषामतिरक्षमानो यथा भवान् पश्यति राजपुत्र यथा तु रामस्य मतिर्निविष्टा तथा भवान् पश्यतु कार्यसिद्धिम् इत्यार्षे श्रीमद् रामायणे वाल्मीकीय आदिकाव्ये सुन्दरकाण्डे षष्टितमः सर्गः ततो जाम्बवतो वाक्यमगृह्णन्तवनौकसः अंगदप्रमुखा वीरा हनुमांश्च महाकपिः प्रीतिमन्तस्ततः सर्वे वायुपुत्रपरस्पराः महेन्द्रादिं परित्यज्य पुप्लुवुः प्लवगर्षभाः मेरुमन्दरसङ्काशा मत्ता इव महागजाः छादयन्त इवाकाशं महाकाया महाबलाः सभाज्यमानं भूतैस्तमात्मवन्तं महाबलम् हनुमन्तं महावेगं वहन्त इव धृष्टिभिः राघवे चार्तनिर्ववृत्तिं कर्तुं च परमं यशः समाधाय समृद्धार्ता सर्वे सिद्धिभिरुन्नता प्रियाख्यानोन्मुखा सर्वे युद्धाभिनन्दिनः सर्वे रामप्रतीकारे निश्चितार्था मनस्विनः प्लवमानाकमाप्लुत्य ततस्ते काननौकसः नन्दनोपमया सेतुर्वनं द्रुमलतायुतम् यत्तन्मधुवनं नाम सुग्रीवस्याभिरक्षितम् अदृश्यं सर्वभूतानां सर्वभूतमनोहरम् यद्रक्षति महावीर्यः सदा धदिमुखः कपिः मातुलः कपिमुख्यस्य सुग्रीवस्य महात्मनः ते तद्वनमुपागम्य बभूवुः परमोत्कटाः वानरा वानरेन्द्रस्य मनः कान्ततमं महत् ततस्ते वानरा हृष्टा दृष्टवा मधुवनं महत् कुमारमभ्ययाचन्त मधूनि मधुपिङ्गलाः ततः कुमारस्तान् वृद्धान् जाम्बवत् प्रमुखान् कपीन् अनुमान्य ददौ तेषां विसर्गं मधुभिक्षणे ततश्चानुमताः सर्वे सम्प्रहृष्टा वनौकसः मुदिताः प्रेरिताश्चापि प्रणृत्यन्तो भवंस्तदा गायन्ति केचित् प्रणमन्ति केचिन् नृत्यन्ति केचित् प्रहसन्ति केचित् पतन्ति केचित् विचरन्ति केचित् प्लवन्ति केचित् प्रलपन्ति केचित् परस्परं केचित् उपाश्रयन्ते परस्परं केचित् उपाक्रमन्ते परस्परं केचित् उपभ्रुवन्ते परस्परं केचित् उपारमन्ते द्रुमाद्रुमं केचिदभिद्रवन्ते क्षितौ नगाग्रान् निपतन्ति केचित् महीतलात् केचिदुदीर्णवेगा महाद्रुमाग्राण्यभिसम्पतन्ति गायन्तमन्यप्रहसन्नुपैति असन्तमन्यप्ररुदन्नुपैति रुद्रन्तमन्यप्रणुदन्नुपैति नुदन्तमन्यप्रणदन्नुपैति समाकुलं तत्कविसैन्यमासीन् मधुप्रसानोत्कटसत्त्वचेष्टम् न चात्र कश्चिन्न बभूव मत्तो न चात्र कश्चिन्न बभूव तृप्तः ततो वनं तत्परिभक्ष्यमाणम् द्रुमांश्च विध्वंसितपत्रपुष्पान् समीक्ष्य कोपाद्धदिवक्त्रनामा निवारयामास कपिः कपिस्तान् सतै प्रवृत्तै परिभ्रत्स्यमानो वनस्य गोप्ता हरिवीरवृद्धः चकार भूयो मतिमुग्रतेजा वनस्य रक्षां प्रति वानरेभ्यः उवाच काञ्चित् परुषाणि धृष्टम् असक्तमन्यांश्च तलैर्जगान समेत्य कैश्चित् कलहं चकार तथैव साम्नोपजगाम काञ्चित् सतैर्मदात् सम्परिवार्य वाक्यैर्फलाच्च तेन प्रतिवार्यमाणैः प्रदर्शितस्त्यक्तभयैः समेत्य प्रकृष्यते चाप्यनवेक्ष्य दोषम् नखैस्तु दन्तो दशनैर्दशन्तस्तलैश्च पादैश्च समापयन्तः मदात् कपिं तं कपयः समग्रा महावनं निर्विषयं च चक्रुः इत्यार्षे श्रीमद् रामायणे वाल्मीकीय आदिकाव्ये सुन्दरकाण्डे 61तमः सर्गः।
श्री गुरु चरण सरोज रज निज मन मुकुर सुधारी बरनो रघुबर बिमल जसु जो दायक फल चारि बुद्धिहीन तनु जानिके सुमिरो पवन कुमार बल बुद्धि विद्या देहु मोहे हरहु कलेश विकार। राम 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 श्री राम 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 श्री राम 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 जय कपीस तिहु लोक उजागर, रामदूत अतुलित बल धामा, अंजनी पुत्र पवन सुत नामा। महावीर विक्रम बजरंगी, कुमति निवार सुमति के संगी। कंचन वरण विराज सुबेसा, कानन कुंडल कुंचित केसा। हाथ वज्र और ध्वजा विराजे, कांधे मूंज जनेऊ साजे। शंकर सुवन केसरी नंदन, तेज प्रताप महाजगबंदन। विद्यावान गुणी अति चातुर, राम काज करिबे को आतुर। प्रभु चरित सुनिबे को रसिया, राम लखन सीता मन बसिया। राम 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 राम, श्री राम 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 राम, श्री राम 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 राम, श्री राम 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 राम, श्री राम 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 राम। सूक्ष्म रूप धरि सियहि दिखावा, विकट रूप धरि लंक जरावा। भीम रूप धरि असुर संहारे, रामचंद्र के काज संवारे। लाए सजीवन लखन जियाए, श्री रघुबीर हर्षि उर लाए। रघुपति कीन्ही बहुत बड़ाई, तुम मम प्रिय भरत ही सम भाई। सहस बदन तुमरो पति कंठ लगावे, सनकादिक ब्रह्मादि मुनीसा। नारद सारद सहित अहिसा, जम कुबेर दिगपाल जहाते। कवि को विद कहि सके कहाते, तुम उपकार सुग्रीव ही कीन्हा। राम मिलाए राजपद दीन्हा। राम 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 राम, श्री राम 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 राम, श्री राम 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 राम, श्री राम 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 राम, श्री राम 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 राम। तुमरो मंत्र विभीषण माना, लंकेश्वर भय सब जग जाना। जुग सहस्र योजन पर भानु, लियो ताहि मधुर फल जानू। प्रभु मुद्रिका मेलि मुख माही, जलधि लांघि गए अचरज नाहि। दुर्गम काज जगत के जेते, सुगम अनुग्रह तुम्हरे तेते। राम दुआरे तुम रखवारे, होत न आज्ञा बिन पैसारे। सब सुख लहे तुम्हारी सरना, तुम रक्षक काहू को डरना। आपन तेज सम्हारो आपे, तीनों लोक हांकते कापे। भूत पिशाच निकट नहीं आवे, महावीर जब नाम सुनावे। राम 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 राम, श्री राम 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 राम, श्री राम 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 राम, श्री राम 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 राम, श्री राम 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 राम। नासै रोग हरे सब पीरा, जपत निरंतर हनुमत बीरा। संकट ते हनुमान छुड़ावे, मन क्रम वचन ध्यान जो लावे। सब पर राम तपस्वी राजा, तिनके काज सकल तुम साजा। और मनोरथ जो कोई लावे, सोई अमित जीवन फल पावे।
चारों जुग परताप तुम्हारा है प्रसिद्ध जगत उजियारा। साधु संत के तुम रखवारे असुर निकंदन राम दुलारे। अष्ट सिद्धि नौ निधि के दाता असवर दीन जानकी माता। राम रसायन तुम्हारे पासा सदा रहो रघुपति के दासा। राम 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 श्री राम 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 राम। राम 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 श्री राम 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 राम। राम 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 श्री राम 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 राम। राम 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 श्री राम 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 राम। तुम्हारे भजन राम को पावे जन्म जन्म के दुख बिसरावे। अंत काल रघुबरपुर जाई जहाँ जन्म हरि भक्त कहाई। और देवता चित्तन धरई हनुमत से सर्व सुख करई। संकट कटे मिटे सब पीरा जो सुमिरे हनुमत बलबीरा। जय 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 हनुमान गोसाई कृपा करहु गुरुदेव की नाई। जो शत बार पाठ कर कोई छूटहि बंदी महासुख होई। जो यह पढ़े हनुमान चालीसा होए सिद्धि साकी गौरीसा। तुलसीदास सदा हरि चेरा की जय नाथ हृदय महाडेरा। राम 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 श्री राम 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 राम। राम 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 श्री राम 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 राम। राम 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 श्री राम 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 राम। राम 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 श्री राम 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 राम। पवन तनय संकट हरण मंगल मूर्ति रूप। राम लखन सीता सहित हृदय बसहु सुरभूप। राम 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 श्री राम 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 राम। राम 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 श्री राम 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 राम। जय श्री राम।
समस्त लोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु। समस्त लोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु। समस्त लोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु। May all the beings in all the worlds be happy. जय बोलो पवन सुत हनुमान की जय। सियावर रामचंद्र की जय। सतगुरु साईनाथ महाराज की जय। नमः पार्वती पतये हर हर महादेव। ओम शांति शांति शांति।